1,000 jokes today. Probably going to take about 4 hours. It's going to be rough. Hello. Hi. So, if you're not sure what this is, I will be doing 1,000 dad jokes. I'm just going to go ahead and get started because I'm running about 5 minutes behind. So, what kind of jewelry do rabbits wear? 14-karat gold. Alright, that is one joke down. 999 to go. Let me get my tally counter up here. I asked the surgeon if I could administer my own anesthetic. He said, "Go ahead, knock yourself out." My doctor told me I'm going deaf. This was hard for me to hear. I told my dad I'm having an allergic reaction. We need to get to a hospital. He said, "Well, let's not make any rash decisions." I've used sweeteners like Splenda and Sweet and Low for years. My doctor told me I have artificial diabetes. Call it a hunch, but I'm pretty sure I have an abnormal convex curvature of the spine. Okay, that's a good one. I haven't read these because that would be so many jokes to read beforehand. A duck walks into a pharmacy, asks for some lipstick, and says, "Put it on my bill." Dad, I think I suffer from kleptomania. And for that. Oh.
I don't know what's
Oh, whoa.
Hey!
Oh, there's people. Whoa.
Hi! Hello!
Anyways, back to the jokes. So I did 7 dad jokes. I clicked on something, which I shouldn't have clicked on. Joined some people. That was chaotic. Back to the jokes. So, number 8 of 1,000. This joke is for people with crooked teeth. Brace yourself. At first I thought my chiropractor wasn't any good, but now I stand corrected. The skeleton walks into a bar. Bartender says, "What'll you have?" Skeleton says, "Bring me a beer and mop." A guy walks into a... Oh, I haven't been counting. There we go. Guy walks into a bar, and that's how he lost the limbo contest. A horse walks into the bar. Bartender says, "Hey." Horse says, "Sure." Oh, hey, welcome. Think, Benedict, you were like one of the first, right? You were in on the first video I did. When I owned the things, when I only had to do like 20 jokes. Well, I'm at number 14 of 1,000. So, the past, present, and future walked into a bar. It was tense. If you've watched all of them, some of these are gonna be ones you've heard before, but it's so hard getting 1,000 jokes compiled, so. I quit my job at the helium factory. I refuse to be spoken to in that tone of voice. How many narcissists does it take to screw in a light bulb? 1. The narcissist holds the light bulb while the rest of the world revolves around him. It's pretty good. Construction worker digs 3 holes and says, "Well, well, well." I lost my job at the orange juice factory. I couldn't concentrate. Couldn't believe my dad had been stealing from his job as a road worker, but when I got home, all the signs were there. I think I miscounted one. I used to be a freelance journalist, but I wasn't very successful. Lance is still in prison. Oh, yeah, that's awesome. I try to do as clean as possible. I'm a big fan of inclusivity in jokes. I don't like making people or groups butts of jokes. It's just, I don't know. I think jokes should be for everyone. But that's just me. So hopefully these are clean. What age are your students? Because hopefully these are clean enough for them. I know some might be a little too complicated if they're really young, but oh yeah, no, it's all good. To whoever stole my copy of Microsoft Office, I will find you. You have my word. Oh, preschool. Oh, nice. Okay. so maybe the 6th graders will get some of the more complicated ones, but I was fired from a job at a calendar factory. I took a couple days off. If at first you don't succeed, skydiving is not for you. Broken guitar for sale, no strings attached. And if you want, I don't know how to share files, but I have a Google Doc with all my jokes. So I can always save that as a PDF. And I don't know, if you want to just send me your email, I could email it to you. I've done that. I sent it to my dad because he does training courses, and so he uses them. But did I do the drum one? I'll just say it again. Best gift I ever received was a broken drum. You can't beat that. Yeah, so just DM me your email, and then I'll send you a PDF. What music frightens balloons? Pop music. My favorite film is Clint Eastwood's classics, The Unforgiven. Classic, The Unforgiven. Now they're working on a sequel called Hey, I Said I Was Sorry. Oh, Unforgiven. Said I was sorry. That's a good one. I saw a documentary on how ships are put together. It's riveting. I've been watching a channel on TV that is all about origami. It's now on pay-per-view. Yesterday, a clown held a door open for me. I thought it was a nice gesture. I'd like to go on a diet, but I just feel like I have way too much on my plate right now. Oh, man, I haven't heard a lot of these. I asked my date to meet me at the gym, but she never showed up. I guess she and I aren't going to work out. Yeah, what I did is I would just go on dad joke websites, copy a ton of them, paste them in, and then just use search and find to get rid of the duplicates. So I'm sure there's still duplicates in here, but they should be spaced out at least. So these, I haven't even looked at the majority of these. I asked my date to meet me at the gym, but she never showed up. I guess she and I aren't going to work out. I said to the gym instructor, "Can you teach me how to do the splits?" He said, "How flexible are you?" I said, "I can make Tuesdays." Man, I love my furniture. My recliner and I go way back. My landlord told me we need to talk about this big heating bill. I told him, sure, my door is always open. There, I'm gonna adjust this because the light in my eyes for 4 hours is gonna be a no-go. See if I can turn the lighting up on this. I don't know. I'm still getting the hang of the live thing. When I bought a universal remote control, I thought, this changes everything. I've been looking at my ceiling. Not sure if it's the best ceiling in the world, but it's definitely up there. Have you heard of this new restaurant called Karma? There's no menu. You just get what you deserve. Welcome to our restaurant. Do you have reservations? No, I'm pretty sure I want to eat here. The server said, want a box for your leftovers. I said, no, but I'll wrestle you for them. That's a classic. That is an old one. What did the Zen Buddhist say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything. I burnt my Hawaiian pizza today. Guess I should have set the oven to a aloha temperature. Oh, that might be a written one. That's hard to pull off. Did you hear about the guy whose whole left side was cut off? He's all right now. I admit it, I'm addicted to drinking brake fluid, but I can stop at any time. I went to a smoke shop. It had been replaced by a men's suit store. Clothes, but no cigar. I used to have a fear of hurdles, but I got over them. I just found out I'm colorblind. The news came out of the purple. I like that one. I almost had a psychic girlfriend, but she left me before we met. So that's 50. 950 to go. Someone stole my mood ring yesterday. I don't know how I feel about that. I fell into an upholstery machine. but now I'm fully recovered. I was going to tell you a time-traveling joke, but you didn't like it. And then at any point, if you want to ask questions or just send a message in the chat, I would love to take a mental break between reading some of these. Because the thing is, trying to think about them takes effort, so trying to make sense of them so I can deliver it right. So after 1,000, I get kind of little loopy. Teacher asked our class, what's the difference between ignorance and apathy? I said, I don't know, and I don't care. The difference between a numerator and a denominator is a short line. Only a fraction of people will understand that. You do math, Benedict? Because there's a good one for you if you do. I was at the library and asked if they have any books on paranoia. The librarian told me, yes, they're right behind you. I love that one. I'm going to highlight some of these that are good. Oh, the time-traveling one. Yeah, that's a good one. Sometimes I tuck my knees into my chest and lean forward. That's just how I roll. To the guy who stole my place in line, I'm after you now. Grandma told me her false teeth are like stars. They come out at night. My grandfather invented the rear view mirror. He made millions and he's never looked back. Shout out to my grandma. That's the only way she can hear me. My grandpa's first name is Lance. It's not a common name today, but Grandpa says in medieval times men were called Lance-a-lot. Eagles may soar, but weasels don't get sucked into jet engines. I've just written a book on penguins. On further reflection, paper would have been better. Hummingbirds are just regular birds that don't know the words. Oh, ha! That took me a second. If you think swimming with dolphins is expensive, try swimming with sharks. It cost me an arm and a leg. Mike tragically drowned last week. At the funeral, we got him a wreath in the shape of a life jacket. Well, it's what he would have wanted. My uncle was crushed by a piano. His funeral was very low-key. A man has died after falling into a vat of coffee. It was instant. My dad was born a conjoined twin but separated at birth, so I have an uncle once removed. I'm sure wherever my dad is, he's looking down on me. He's not dead. He's just really condescending. Oh, that's good. Highlighting that one. I have a stepladder. In many ways, it feels more like my real ladder. Dad, last night I dreamed I was a muffler. Wow, you must be exhausted. Dad, I've broken my leg in several places. Well, don't go to those places. The librarian. Can't forget about the librarian. So I'm actually a finance accountant, which might be crazy to hear. But I think jokes are great, and especially in the ones where people are like, I don't know if this isn't a funny position, this is a serious position, but I don't know. I'd like to be the finance associate. It's a work in progress, working title. I was raised an only child, which really annoyed my sister. I had a fun childhood. My dad used to push me down the hill in old tires. They were good years. What do rabbits eat for breakfast? IHOP. What did the buffalo say to his son when he left for college? Bye, son. Why did the kangaroo stop drinking coffee? She got too jumpy. What steps do you take if a tiger is running towards you? Big ones. What sound do porcupines make when they kiss? Ouch. What do you call a lazy baby kangaroo? A pouch potato. How much money does a skunk have? 1 cent. What did the leopard say after finishing a delicious meal? That hit the spot. Finances. Yeah, I'm also... What was it? A fun countant is the other one I was thinking. What did the leopards... Oh, no, I said that. Where do polar bears vote? The North Pole. What happened when the lion ate the comedian? He felt funny. What's the smartest animal? A fish, because they stay in schools. Why did the whale cross the street? To get to the other tide. What do you get when you cross a fish with an elephant? Swimming trunks. Where are fish in orbit? In trouter space. Where do orcas hear music? Orchestras. Why are fish so good at watching their weight? Because they have lots of scales. Why do fish live in salt water? Because pepper makes them sneeze. What do you get from a pampered cow? Spoiled milk. What was the first animal in space? The cow who jumped over the moon. Why do cows go to New York? To see the musicals. Why shouldn't you play basketball with a pig? Because he'll hog the ball. Why did the pig have ink all over his face? Because he just came out of the pen. How long do chickens work? Around the clock. Why do cows never have any money? Because the farmers milk them dry. Where did the sheep go on vacation? The Bahamas. Some of the voices, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it and make it. So that's 100. And we are at like 20 minutes. So yeah, I think I'll probably slow down as we get more and more jokes in. But so far, I'm feeling good for the 4 hours. Let me get some yerba mate. Alright, back to it. What do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer. What's a frog's favorite soda? Coca-Cola. And you'll probably notice my voice is deeper right now, and that's because my voice is nasally, normally, and so I'm speaking from my diaphragm, because my nasally voice does hurt my throat if I talk too much, so my natural voice is nasally, but right now, to save my throat, diaphragm, lower voice. What's a reptile's favorite movie? The Lizard of Oz. What do you get when you cross a snake and a pie? A python. What do you call an illegally parked frog? Toad. How can us novice peeps boost your content? I don't know, actually. I'm honestly... So, I mean, you were there since the beginning, so you know, I've only been doing this like 3 weeks. So it's crazy. I'm at 1900 now. When I had the idea for it, I thought like I'd get to maybe 100 or 200 followers. I didn't think I would get to, like, I was at 850 on Saturday. So, yeah, I thought it was a good idea at the time when I started it, because I was like, okay, so if people like my content, they'll follow me. If people hate me, they might still follow me to make me suffer by doing too many jokes. And if people are indifferent about it, they might still follow to see if I'll actually do it. So I was like, that's probably a good idea. I didn't think it would work this well. So I have no idea. I really don't. I think just watching and liking my stuff will. But to be honest with you... Oh, hello. To be honest with you, I don't know if... I'm kind of scared of, like, being famous or anything. So I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now. But anyway, so 105 jokes in. What did the iguana say to his crush? I wanna be your Valentine. It's a tough one to pull off. What do you call an alligator in a vest? An investigator. Doing good so far. Doing good. I did sleep in. Yeah. I wouldn't say regretting it. Honestly, it's really nice. So I make videos I enjoy. I won't make a video if I don't enjoy doing it, because then it's like, whatever. That's why I don't really do trends too much. I'll do a trend if I can, like, do it in a way that's original to me. But if I don't have fun with something, I don't do it. So if people enjoy what I make, like, that's awesome. You know, like, there are some of you that have watched a lot of what I make, which I do like 3 videos a day, so that's wild. And I really appreciate that. Like, that's just so cool to me. So no, I don't regret doing it. Maybe at 900 jokes I will regret it, but right now, holding up strong. Why did the snake cross the road? To get to the other side. What do frogs order when they go to a restaurant? French fries. What did one flea say to the other flea when they came out of the movies? Should we walk home or take the dog? What does the cat say after making a joke? Just kidding. What do you call a dog magician? A labracadabra. Wait, hold on, no, a labracadabrador. There we go. Pulled that one off. What's it called when all the treats are gone? A catastrophe. So I think we might be getting into themed jokes here, so the next 100 might be animals. What happened to the dog who ate nothing but garlic? His bark was much worse than his bite. Why did the cats ask for a drum set? They wanted to make some music. Music. There we go. What's a dog's favorite city? New Yorkie. Why don't you want to play board games with a cat? They tend to be cheetahs. What do you get when you cross a hammock and a dog? A Rocker Spaniel. When cats don't want to say goodbye, what do they say instead? See you later. What's more amazing than a talking dog? A spelling bee. Who comes to a picnic but is never invited? Ants. Why is a bee's hair always sticky? Because it uses a honeycomb. How do bees get to school? By school buzz. Why wouldn't they let the butterfly into the dance? Because it was a mothball. What do you call a fly without wings? A walk. What do you call a rabbit with beetles all over him? Bugs Bunny. Why do birds fly south in the winter? Because it's too far to walk. What do ducks watch on TV? Documentaries. What kind of bird works at a construction site? The crane. What did the sick chicken say? I have the people pox. That's dumb. What bird is always sad? The blue jay. Why do seagulls like to live by the sea? Because if they lived by the bay, they'd be bagels. That's another classic. What do you call a penguin in the desert? Lost. Why did the turkey cross the road? To prove he wasn't chicken. What do you give a sick bird? Tweetment. Did you know the Norwegian Navy has barcodes painted on the side of all their ships? That way they can easily Scandinavian. Why do witches fly on brooms? Because vacuum cleaners are too heavy. Which animal is the most sarcastic? A pan, duh. What's brown and sticky? A stick. What animal didn't enter the ark in a pear? Worms. They went in apples. What do you do if your child wants a space-themed birthday party? You plan it. Why don't photons ever need luggage? Because they are traveling light. What's gray, has 16 wheels, and if it fell out of a tree, it would kill you? An elephant on roller skates. My computer password has to be 8 characters long, but Snow White and the 7 Dwarves wasn't allowed. 8 characters long. Got it. Okay, I didn't space some of these out, so... I didn't believe my daughter when she told me she didn't like me listening to the Monkees. And then I saw her face. 2 guys walked into a bar. Their friend ducked. Why don't computers use credit cards? They prefer to use cash. My wife made me breakfast yesterday, but she forgot the toast. I got super upset. I can't help it. I'm lactose intolerant. Oh, these long ones are going to kill me, but usually the long ones are like the best. Never laugh at your spouse's choices. You're one of them. Oh, that's great. The other day, my wife asked me to pass her lipstick, but I accidentally passed her a glue stick. She still isn't talking to me. Last night, my wife and I watched 2 movies back to back. Luckily, I was the one facing the TV. I spent a lot of time, money, and effort childproofing my house, but the kids still get in. Okay, so that's 150. Yeah, some of these. It's funny, because I've told so many jokes at this point, you think I would just know a joke immediately talking to someone. No, these are like in one ear, out the other when I read them. So when I'm talking to people, if they say something that'll make me remember a joke, then I can make a relevant joke, but I don't have a lot of these just memorized. Alright, 150. Dude 1, bro, can you pass me that pamphlet? Dude 2, bro, sure. I was playing chess with my click the thing. I was playing chess with my friend. He said, let's make this interesting. So we stopped playing chess. Oh, I like chess. Does anybody know where a guy can find a person to hang out with, talk to, and enjoy spending time with? I'm just asking for a friend. That's a good one. Okay, I'm going to highlight that one too. That's a good one. It's funny because I like fly through some of these and then I'll process a joke 3 jokes later and then have to go to it. So sometimes I'll laugh at a joke and it's like not that joke I'm laughing to, but one from 3 before. A friend of mine said I have no idea what cloning is. I said, that makes 2 of us. How do moths swim? Using the butterfly stroke. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? 10 tickles. I first heard that one from Keanu Reeves, actually, weirdly enough. Do you know the story about the chicken that crossed the road? Me neither. I couldn't follow it. Not personally. I've never met Keanu Reeves. That would be awesome. But just from a video, like an interview he did or something. Why are spiders so smart? They can find everything on the web. How can a leopard change his spots? By moving. What does a cow use to do math? A calculator. What did the alpaca say to his date? Want to go on a picnic? I'll pack a lunch. What do you get if you cross an angry sheep with a moody cow? An animal that's in a bad mood. That was one of my favorites from a previous one I did. How do accountants manage to stay out of debt? They learn to act their wage. Why are snails bad at racing? They're sluggish. Why did the Jedi cross the road? To get to the dark side. So after this, because this is my last time doing just a ton of jokes, have I ever met someone famous? Oh, yeah. So I live in Portland, Oregon, and last year was my first time doing it, but it's awesome because now I'm in. So I worked at Rose City Comic Con, which is Portland's Comic Con. It's pretty small, but at Rose City Comic Con last year was Elijah Wood, Sean Astin, Billy D. Williams, LeVar Burton. It was like, those were the top names, and then there were some smaller ones, like not small, but not huge A-list. Jim Cummings, which is Winnie the Pooh, and Scar, actually, from Lion King. I didn't know that. So Winnie the Pooh and Scar are the same person. Wild. And I worked at the photo booth, and I put in just open whenever, because I didn't know what shifts I would get picked for. They put me on everything. So I took time off work, and so I actually got to meet all of them briefly as I'm guiding them to the photo booth. But yeah, so I didn't talk to them much and couldn't ask for pictures because we're staff. But it was awesome. Maybe in a different one, but I don't know. It was just on his resume. So it listed his major ones as Winnie the Pooh and Scar. So maybe in a different version, or maybe we got it wrong. I don't know. No, he was Scar because he did the Scar voice. And that was the coolest part, is when he was walking. So I wasn't guiding. They switched us around a lot. I was working at the selling booth for selling stuff to keep people's pictures in. And he walked behind me, and I heard Winnie the Pooh, and then immediately after Scar. It was awesome. And he's adorable too. He's older now, but short, kind of little pudgy, and he's just adorable looking. Exactly how you would imagine the voice of Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, maybe the live version, but exactly how you'd imagine Winnie the Pooh to look like in human form. So yeah, before that, I don't think so. I've been to a lot of different Comic Cons, so I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. Ugh. So this is the Ring of Bear here, which is Aragorn's ring. And so massive Lord of the Rings fan. So I did see John Rhys Davis, who's Gimli. Sean? I think it's John. Rhys Davis, though, who's Gimli. And then I saw him. He's tall. He's like 6'2". Crazy. But yeah, so Sean Astin, Elijah Wood, and now, or before, I think it is John Rhys Davis. So I've met 3 of the Fellowship. I have 6 to go. Ian McKellen is like top of my list right now because don't know how much time to go, and I love Gandalf. And Viggo Mortensen, obviously. It's seriously like, it drives me crazy when people say they're Lord of the Rings fans and then they talk crap about Frodo. It drives me crazy because, anyways, Frodo. Let's get to 200 jokes and then I'll talk about Lord of the Rings because I could do 4 hours on that. Yeah. So like I've read everything. Silmarillion, my gosh, I can't talk already. But yeah, not Lord of the Rings. We'll get to it. Let me get to 200 jokes here. Why should you never trust a carp's excuse? They always seem a little fishy. Where do baby cats learn to swim? The kiddie pool. Which is faster, hot or cold? Hot, because you can catch a cold. What's brown and sounds like a bell? Dung. Did you know milk is the fastest liquid on Earth? It's pasteurized before you know it. That is, before you've even seen it. That's a great one. What did one ocean say to the other? Nothing. They just waved. What kind of music do the planets listen to? Neptunes. Why did everyone enjoy being around the volcano? It's just so lovable. What did the big flower say to the tiny flower? Hey there, bud. Why are skeletons so calm? Because nothing gets under their skin. What did Mars ask Saturn? Hey, why don't you give me a ring sometime? Why can't you trust an atom? Because they make up everything. Why shouldn't you make fun of a paleontologist? Because you will get your ass kicked. Probably can't tell that one to the kindergartners. What do clouds do when they become rich? They make it rain. Want to hear a potassium joke? Okay. How did the chemist feel about oxygen and potassium hanging out? Okay. Okay, here we go. This one's gonna kill me because this is now one of my top 5 favorite jokes of all time. Why are helium, curium, and barium the medical elements? Because if you can't helium or curium, you bury them. I love that joke. When Silver Surfer and Iron Man team up, what do you call them? Alloys. Why couldn't the sesame seed get off the hill? It was on a roll. What kind of business would Yoda start? A toy Yoda dealership. What kind of egg did the evil chicken lay? A deviled egg. I almost gave away the punchline there. Why did the onion get flustered? It saw the salad dressing. Why is the hot pepper the nosiest vegetable? It can't help but get jalapeno business. Why do crabs never share their lobsters? They're shellfish. What do Japanese monsters like to eat? Ramen. That's a good one. I love ramen. It's probably my favorite food, actually. What do you call a happy camper? A jolly rancher. Why are mushrooms always invited to parties? They're a fungi. Classic. What do you call a fancy seafood meal? Sophisticated. What do you call a sad strawberry? A blueberry. What do Gungans keep things in? Jar Jars. A little bit of Star Wars there. What do you call a pig that knows karate? A pork chop. Where do pancakes rise? In the yeast. What is a mummy's favorite food? Wraps. How do I look? With your eyes. Okay, that's 200. We are 20% of the way there. Alright. Take a second here. How's everybody doing? We got 4 people now. Ooh, alright. And this is recorded. They record the live videos. And so I'm going to chop up some highlights. Oh, thank you. Yeah, fungi. It's a classic. I'm going to edit and chop up some highlights and post them as well as separate videos. So I don't expect people to stay the full. It's probably going to take like another at least 3 hours. Don't expect people to stay the full time. Okay. How do you get a country girl's attention? A tractor. What was the child who wouldn't nap guilty of? Resisting arrest. Another classic. Where do cows go for entertainment? To the movies. Why was the calendar afraid? I know. 1,000 jokes. I don't know, actually. Hey, maybe I'll submit it. Ask Guinness. Why was the calendar afraid its days were numbered? How did Darth Vader know what Luke was getting for his birthday? He felt his presence. Why didn't the skeleton climb the mountain? It didn't have the guts. How do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it. Another classic. My dad told me a joke about boxing. I guess I missed the punchline. What's the difference between a snowman and a snowwoman? Snowballs. Why did the coach go to the bank? To get his quarterback. What did the fisherman say to the magician? Pick a cod, any cod. What does a baby computer call his father? Data. If you say data, that joke doesn't work, and I do say data, but for the joke. Why was the robot so tired after his road trip? He had a hard drive. Did you hear about the power outlet that got into a fight with a power cord? He thought he could sock it to him. What's a computer's favorite snack? Microchips. What do you call monkeys with a shared Amazon account? Primates. Why should you never use beef stew as a password? It's not stroganoff. I remember that one. That's a good one. What do you call your grandma's number on speed dial? Instagram. All right, let me slow down. Sorry, I'm going a little fast here. I'm trying not to think about how many left there are. What's another name for an iPhone power cord? Apple juicer. Or apple juice. What do you call Chewbacca when he has chocolate stuck in his fur? A chocolate chip Wookiee. What do you call a video game rematch? A Wii match. How can we keep the office clean? Me. Oh, boss. How can we keep the office clean? Me. By staying home. What do you call a video game rematch? A Wii match. Oh, I said that one already. I'm still counting it. Yesterday I did nothing, and today I'm finishing what I did yesterday. How do construction workers party? They raise the roof. Nothing ruins a Friday more than an understanding that today is Tuesday. Observational joke there. What's your HR? What's your biggest weakness? Me. Interviews. HR. And besides that, me. Follow-up questions. I don't know if it's... I think it is in here, so I'm going to hold off then. Because there's a great one, another interview question that I love, or joke that I love, but I think it's in here. Laugh at your problems. Everybody else does. Ooh, that's mean. Artificial intelligence is no match for natural stupidity. He who smiles in a crisis has found someone to blame. Oh, that's real. Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. Man, okay. So, yeah, I feel like some of these are going to be themed for a while, and this is kind of depressing. Okay, a guy goes in for a job interview and sits down with the boss. The boss asks him, what do you think is your worst quality? The man says, I'm probably too honest. The boss says, that's not a bad thing. I think being honest is a good quality. The man replies, I don't care what you think. The proper way to use a stress ball is to throw it at the last person to upset you. If at first you don't succeed, redefine success. Give me ambiguity or give me something else. I'm highlighting that one. I like that one. To err is human. To blame it on someone else shows management potential. Wow. These are real. A man can do more than he thinks he can, but he usually does less than he thinks he does. Archaeologist, someone whose career lies in ruins. Drink coffee. Do stupid things faster with more energy. Yeah, that's a good point. I do kind of like interviews, but I'm as you can probably imagine, I go a bit off the cuff. I was telling Benedict earlier that I'm a finance associate. And in my interview to get the position, I talked about how I'm creative. And they were like, well, that's not something we usually hear about people who work in finance. Why does that help? And I was like, all right, time to just go off the rails here with this interview. Ended up being like an hour-long interview, but got hired, so it worked. It only worked because I work at a nonprofit. Um, I do, but I move on quick from it. So I just like hit you and then move on. But I work for a nonprofit with only like 25 people. So it's like being fun and funny and creative and flexible is a boon when you work for a small nonprofit, even in a position that's traditionally not flexible. So yeah, the human brain is a wonderful thing. It starts working the moment you are born and never stops until you stand up to speak in public. Yeah, I like to, anytime I have to talk to someone about like, ooh, they forgot to enter something, I start with a joke. Because it's like, I want it to be a fun interaction. I don't want it to be, ooh, finance guy coming to get me in trouble. It's like, nah, it's going to be fun, chill, hang out time for 5 minutes. And then, oh, by the way, we got this little business thing to deal with. I tried to start a hot air ballooning business, but it never took off. No, I don't really talk about this at work. I don't know. I'm kind of weird like that. My friends know I do this, but that's kind of it. So it's not like I'm embarrassed of it. It's just I don't know. It's just a little weird. I used to be a banker, but I lost interest. So some of these are finance jokes. I used to own a paper business, but it folded. Interviewer, what are your thoughts about nepotism in a workplace environment? Candidate, well, that's a really good question, Dad. That's not the one I was thinking of, but that is a good one. Sorry, I just read this next one. HR manager, this probably isn't one for your kindergartners. HR manager, just go to hell. Me, so should I stay or leave? Oh, man. You know what they say about a clean desk? It's a sure sign of a cluttered desk drawer. If an accountant's partner cannot sleep, what do they say? Dear, could you tell me about your workday? Oh, funny. Okay, I won't talk about my job then. Why was the vampire removed as CEO? He couldn't appeal to the stakeholders. Why was the CEO of a leading prosthetics company arrested? It came out that he was involved in international arms dealing. Oh, man. So that's 250. So 25% of the way there. There's some easy math for you. I got some Ricola lozenges. We're not there yet, but I'm sure these will come in handy. So far, my voice is holding up pretty good. My throat's holding up. I was thinking at 500, I might like take a short pause to go make some tea as well. But yeah, quarter of the way there, and I'm feeling good. I think we got this. When does a person decide to become a stockbroker? When he realizes he doesn't have the charisma to succeed as an undertaker. Why is money called dough? Because we all need it. Oh yeah, no worries. I figured people can't stay the whole time. It's long. It's a Saturday too. Enjoy your Saturday. What is the difference between a CEO and a vulture? Vultures fly and at least have the decency to wait until you die to eat you. Boy, man, these are intense. So I was scraping the bottom of the barrel to get to 100 or 1,000 jokes. So towards the end, at like page 119, is like housing. What's it? People who sell houses. I can't remember, but jokes about them. So like, hopefully we get to 1,000 before we start hitting the desperate jokes. I saw in the news that the CEOs of T-Mobile and Sprint got married last weekend. Great wedding. Terrible reception. Why did the financial system collapse in ancient Egypt? Pyramid schemes. Guess who my financial advisor is going to be for Halloween? Pennywise. Why are there no toilets in some banks? Because they don't accept such deposits. Marking that one. Okay. What do you get when you cross a banker with a fish? A loan shark. Why did the banker eat lunch by himself? Because he was a loner. My fellow investors mock me for buying shares in nitrous oxide. It's the laughing stock. I have an irrational fear of large, intricate corporate buildings. You could say I have a complex. Marking that one. Okay, I think we're into the gamer question or gamer jokes here. What do gamers and musicians have in common? Their fans are super noisy. Oh, fans. Video games are great. They let you try your craziest fantasies. For example, on The Sims, you can have a job and a house. Still going with the real ones. My life was ruined by my obsession with video games. Fortunately, I had another 2 lives. Why doesn't Mario like to use the internet? He's afraid of the browsers. Oh my gosh. How do you know when a party is for a gamer? There are tons of streamers. Why can't PC gamers use Uber? Too many incompatible drivers. Oh my gosh, the words they're using. I'm at 265. I can't do these words. Why does Donkey Kong wear a tie? He's got monkey business to do later. My girl and I were in love, but we just couldn't be together. We weren't on the same level. What does the gamer use to make bread? Nintendo. Why is French Mario so good at predicting the future? He uses his Luigi board. Man, highlighting that one. Oop. Wrong kind of highlight. Oh god, I just make the text yellow on it. That's horrible. I hate how people react when they play games and get told they can't go any further. It's like they think it's the end of the world. It's alright. Did you know that in most video games it's better to lose your health during the summer and winter seasons? That way you don't have to worry about fall damage. Why did the gamer play so many video games after his breakup? He needed to console himself. Why can't you blindfold a Pokemon? It'll Pikachu. What do people in video games have in common? Everyone always argues over which generation was the best. My roommate was playing a video game last night and smashed his keyboard when he died. He definitely lost control. What did the gaming reporter say about the new Minecraft updates? They're groundbreaking. And what did the movie critics say about the Minecraft movie? It's a blockbuster. Gamers don't take hot showers. They take steamy ones? Oh, Steam. Okay, yeah, these are gamer jokes. I tried to go left when I was playing Super Mario. It was wrong on every level. That's good. Why are garbage men the best gaming teammates? They're used to carrying trash. Jeez. The problem is I can't skip these because I don't know if I'll have enough jokes. So it's like, yeah, these are a lot of video game jokes, but like, it's what I got. What is the favorite gaming console of the French? Wii. What did Mario say when he broke up with Princess Peach? It's not you, it's a me, Mario. Alright, saving that one. I broke up with my old console. Nothing was wrong with my Xbox, but it was time for a Switch. Why won't Mike Tyson play on a PlayStation? He's an Xboxer. I got a PS5 for Christmas. My neighbors haven't even noticed it's missing yet. There are 2 reasons why... There are 2 reasons why I don't let my wife use my PS4. 1, I don't have a PS4, and 2, I don't have a wife. What do Americans do after winning the World Cup? Turn off the PlayStation. Ooh, that's harsh. That's a European joke for sure. Why do gamers turn to their PlayStations after a breakup? That's the same joke, but they need to be consoled. Here's a repeat. What's the difference between a Nickelback album and a PlayStation Vita? You can actually play the Nickelback album. So I never got... Quick break about that. Like, I wasn't a Nickelback fan, but I never got the hate for them. They seemed nice, like nice people. I wasn't a fan of their music, but it seemed fine. Like, that was such a popular thing to hate Nickelback. Like, it was before Justin Bieber. Hating Justin Bieber was cool. Which, I mean, whatever on that one, I guess. But he was a kid, you know? So, yeah, I never got the hate for Nickelback. Why did the Xbox gamer cross the street? To render the building. Yesterday I got an Xbox from my little brother. Best trade ever. Why does no one own an Xbox in Pennsylvania? Because it's always Sony in Pennsylvania. What game is in Schrodinger's Xbox? Dead or alive? That's a good one. Xbox was struggling, but they really turned it around with the 360. So that reminds me of another joke when PlayStation fans would make when the 360 came out, which was the Xbox 360 came out, so I went up to it and turned 360 degrees around to walk away. But like that doesn't make sense because that's just a full circle. So yeah, stupid joke. I'm counting it because I said it. Have you heard about the device that automatically swaps out Xbox discs for you? It's a game changer. Why did the PowerPoint presentation cross the road to get to the other slide? Why did the computer always say, someone like you? It was Adele. What kind of internet page do you seek out when your eyes are tired of reading? A site for sore eyes. What do you call an iPhone with no sense of humor? Too serious. Why was the Samsung's phone camera blurry? It had lost its contacts. Alright. 300. I'm starting to feel the fatigue a little bit. So I'm going to take a short break here. Let me look at these live options here. Because I did do live Thursday, but I didn't really play around with it much. Ooh, I could do a Q&A here. Let's do that. Let's do... What is it? Lightning Q&A? Oh, well, that's interesting. Ain't doing that. Do you do like a... Oh... Okay, so that's a poll. Quick poll. Clearly state your question, what the default options and represent, and then you say it in the comments. Oh, okay. So that's how you go live together. This is how you have multiple hosts. Well, let's get to 33 more jokes to get a third of the way there, just for fun. And then I'll look at that. Why do smartphones ring? Because they can't talk. What do you call it when Batman skips church? Christian Bale. So I already told this story. Oh, thank you, Erica. You too. I think you're already gone, but you too. So I told this story before, but so my name, I go by Krish, but my name is Christian. And back in college, there was about a 50-50 shot on whether I would show up to a party people invite me to or not. Just because I worked a full-time job, I was full-time in school, and I was on the track team, so I was tired. And so my friends started calling me Christian Bales, which I thought that was really clever. Which Star Wars character works at a restaurant? Darth Vader. What's Forrest Gump's Facebook password? 1Forrest1. Hi, Micah. Oh, hey, is that Micah? Well, welcome. Why does, this might be before your time, Micah, but why does Snoop Dogg always carry an umbrella? Faux drizzle. What do you call a security guard outside of a Samsung store? Guardians of the Galaxy. What do you call a nearsighted cowboy? Squint Eastwood. How often did my friend ride his DeLorean? From time to time. So I think we're on pop culture movie references here. And so, yeah, these might be a little bit before your time, so hopefully you watch these movies to get them. But where did Luke Skywalker buy his new arm? At the second-hand store. What's worse than raining cats and dogs? Hailing taxis. What do you get when dinosaurs crash their cars? Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, past the pop culture stuff. What do you get when you put a car and a pet together? A car pet. That's good. Well, why did the cop pull over the U-Haul van? He wanted to bust a move. Bust a move. What do you call a Ford Fiesta that ran out of fuel? The Ford Siesta. What did the traffic light say to the car? Close your eyes, I'm changing. Why can't motorcycles do push-ups? Because they're always too tired. What does everyone call Darth Vader whenever he procrastinates? Darth Later. What kind of cars do cats drive? Cadillacs. What happened when the man crashed his expensive car? He found out how Mercedes bends. Why did the spider buy a sports car? So he could take it out for a spin. Imagine if you walked into a bar and there was a long line of people waiting to take a swing at you. That's the punchline. How does a man on the moon cut his hair? Eclipse it. Not to brag, but I defeated our local chess champion in less than 5 moves. Finally, my high school karate lessons paid off. Air used to be free at the gas station. Now it's $1.50. You know why? Inflation. It's actually $2.50 at mine. It's crazy. Why is it a bad idea to iron your 4-leaf clover? Because you shouldn't press your luck. I actually do like that one. I'll highlight that one. My wife said I was immature, so I told her to get out of my fort. I already said that one in a different video, and I do love that one too. What rock group has 4 men that don't sing? Mount Rushmore. When I was a kid, my mother told me I could be anyone I wanted to be. Turns out identity theft is a crime. A guy goes to his doctor because he can see into the future. The doctor asks him, "How long have you suffered from that condition?" The guy tells him, "Since next Monday." What do sprinters eat before a race? Nothing. They fast. What concert costs just 45 cents? 50 Cent featuring Nickelback. What do you call a mac and cheese that gets all up in your face? Too close for comfort food. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. Same punchline, different setup. Did you hear about the restaurant on the moon? Great food, no atmosphere. Why do melons have weddings? Because they can't elope. What's the difference between a poorly dressed man on a tricycle and a well-dressed man on a bicycle? A tire. How many apples grow on a tree? All of them. All right, that's 333. Third of the way there. In an hour, too. Okay, making good time. All right. Oh, man. How you holding up, Benedict? How's your brain? Because it's a lot. It's a lot trying to figure these out. So this is more jokes than I've ever told at one time, because the previous was 286. So already we're 50 past that. So I am confident. So let's look at the live options here. What we got? Add some music. Maybe that'd be good. I could use some music, actually. This channel. There we go. Party music. I like cats. Oh, whoa. Oh, okay. I wonder if it's playing through my phone. How about that? Is that better? I think what it might be doing is playing through my phone. Because I don't have my headset. Oh, here we go. How's that? Is that good? Is that better? Did that not do anything? Okay. Well, I thought it did, but we will just not do music. How about that? Whoa, why is he angry? What'd I do? I wonder if it's like reacting. Oh, geez, calm down. Good lord. Okay, well, I paused it. Good experiment. I'll figure that out another time. All right, let's get to 400 before the next pause. Did you hear the rumor about butter? Well, I'm not going to spread it. Did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers? They say he made a mint. Last night I had a dream that I weighed less than 1,000th of a gram. I was like, OMG, that was a zero. That's like a text joke. A cheese factory exploded in France. Debris was everywhere. Why did the old man fall in the well? Because he couldn't see that well. What do you call a factory that sells passable products? A satisfactory. Why did the invisible man turn down the job offer? He couldn't see himself doing it. Want to hear a joke about construction? I'm still working on it. I was really angry at my friend Mark for stealing my dictionary. I told him, Mark, my words. How does Moses make his coffee? He brews it. I'm starting a new dating service in Prague. It's called Checkmate. I was just reminiscing about the beautiful herb garden I had when I was growing up. Good times. Do you know the last thing my grandfather said to me before he kicked the bucket? Grandson, watch how far I can kick this bucket. That is a classic. I remember, I think I heard that like when I was 10 was the first time I heard that joke. Why do dads take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing? In case they get a hole in one. I actually like the pants version of that better, where instead of socks it's pants. Just funnier. I've actually ripped my pants at work before, which was hilarious. Why couldn't not this job, it was a different job. Why couldn't the astronaut land on the moon? Because it was full. Why do dogs float in water? Because they're good buoys. What kind of music did the Pilgrims listen to? Plymouth Rock. What do you call a shoe made of a banana? A slipper. What is the tallest building in the world? The library. It's got the most stories. What do you call a beehive without an exit? Unbelievable. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field. What do you call a fish with two knees? A two-knee fish. Why do you never see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're so good at it. How does a penguin build its house? It glues it together. Why don't skeletons ever go trick-or-treating? Because they have no body to go with. This graveyard looks overcrowded. People must be dying to get in there. Can February march? No, but April may. What's orange and sounds like a parrot? A carrot. Why is Peter Pan always flying? He never lands. What's a ninja's favorite type of shoes? Sneakers. What do Santa's elves listen to as they work? Rap music. Oop, nope, don't do that. Don't restart me on the counter. The kids were in stitches. Oh, hey, there's a joke. Nice. Yeah, I was working at a dentist's office, and I was a records tech. And so they had us still wear like dress clothes because I was still in the front. So I had my dress pants on and they were super old. I squatted down. They were also tight. Like these were slims. So I squatted down to get a chart at the bottom and it ripped. But luckily it ripped right at the bottom. So it wasn't too noticeable. I still went home on lunch and got a different pair. Did you hear about the bacon cheeseburger who couldn't stop telling jokes? It was on a roll. Why do vampires seem sick? They're always coughing. This guy's adorable. What do you call it when Dwayne Johnson buys a cutting tool? Rock pays for scissors. I could not pull that joke off the last time I told it because I just was dying while reading it. If towels could tell jokes, they'd have a very dry sense of humor. I slept like a log last night. Woke up in the fireplace. The wedding was so beautiful, even the cake was in tears. I used to run a dating service for chickens, but I was struggling to meet hen's meat. Oh, to make hen's meat. Yeah, there we go. Why couldn't the green pepper practice archery? Because it didn't habanero. I like that one. Why did the stadium get so hot after the game? Because all the fans left. What do you call a sad cup of coffee? Depresso. You should find the paper covers rock joke. Let's see. Okay, depresso. Remember depresso. Yeah, I mean, odds are good that if there is a punny joke, it's probably in here somewhere. I have 118. How much? 118 pages full of jokes. But I don't see it. Let me see. I've just found. Oh, Chris Rock and Dwayne Johnson? Let me see. I can't find it. What is it? If I read it out loud after you type it, it still counts. But let me keep going for a second. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so after this, what I'm thinking of doing, because again, after this, I'm doing no more than 10 per video. When I go live again, it'll just be different stuff. But this is probably going to kill jokes for me. But I was thinking of doing like themed joke videos, right? Like Valentine's Day's coming up, so just doing 10 jokes on Valentine's Day. That kind of stuff. Like the Wednesday video I did, if you saw it, about the camels. Did not perform as well as the other ones, but I loved it. Okay, keep going. After an unsuccessful harvest, why did the farmer decide to try a career in music? Because he had a ton of sick beats. That's good. My dog used to chase people on a scooter a lot. It got so bad we had to take his scooter away. Within minutes, the detectives knew what the murder weapon was. It was a briefcase. Not to brag, but I made 6 figures last year. I was also named worst employee at the toy factory. I used to work in a shoe recycling shop. It was soul-destroying. My boss told me to have a good day, so I went home. Oh, that's a repeat. I still said it, so I'm going to have to count it. I'm so good at sleeping, I can do it with my eyes closed. Spring is here. I got so excited I wet my plants. That is one I have memorized because I love that one. I'll probably do it for like when it's a spring, so maybe in March, do spring jokes. I thought about going on an all-almond diet, but that's just nuts. My friend says to me, what rhymes with orange? And I told him, no, it doesn't. I also love that one. My wife told me I had to stop acting like a flamingo, so I had to put my foot down. I told my girlfriend she drew her eyebrows too high. She seemed surprised. I tell dad jokes, but I have no kids. I'm a faux pas. That's true. I don't know if you saw the video where I did that joke. That is true. I don't have kids. I got my dog. I love the jokes. So Val saves another Val's life. The other Val says, A-E-I-O-U. Did I tell you the time I fell in love during a backflip? I was heels over head. My uncle named his dogs Rolex and Timex. They're his watchdogs. If you see a robbery at an Apple store, does that make you an eyewitness? Two goldfish are in a tank. One says to the other, do you know how to drive this thing? That's a good one. That's a great image, just thinking of goldfish driving a tank. Did you hear about the Italian chef who died? He passed away. When the grocery store clerk asks me if I want the milk in a bag, I always tell him, no, I'd rather drink it out of the carton. And the little guy didn't like that joke. I don't play soccer because I enjoy the sport. I'm just doing it for kicks. I invented a new word today, plagiarism. What do you call a donkey with only 3 legs? A wonky. After dinner, my wife asked if I could clear the table. I needed a running start, but I made it. A woman is on trial for beating her husband to death with his guitar collection. The judge asks her, first offender? She says, no, first a Gibson, then a Fender. I know a lot of jokes about retired people, but none of them work. What do you call a guy with a rubber toe? Roberto. What rhymes with boo and stinks? You, oh. I accidentally dropped my pillow on the floor. I think it was a concussion. Concussion, but concussion. That's another written one. Okay, so that's 400. Take a brief pause on that. So what helps me is if I switch up how I read them. I don't know. Is there any kind of way you want me to read these jokes? I do different jokes, or different voices for fun. So 500 I will pause, but that's 100 away. So the next 100, gotta do something to keep my sanity. My parking. Can't be like super destroying of my voice, though. Actually, let me crack open the Ricola here. That's the good stuff. Okay, let's, maybe we just speed read a little bit. Someone complimented my parking today. They left a sweet note on my windshield that said, parking fine, hi lady. St. Francis worked at Krispy Kreme. He was a deep fryer. That's my dog, the grunting, by the way. In America, using the metric system can get you in legal trouble. In fact, if you sneer at any other method of measuring liquids, you may be held in contempt of court. Spelled Q-U-A-R-T. I found a wooden shoe in my toilet today. It was clogged. Some people can't distinguish between etymology and entomology. They bug me in ways I can't put into words. My hotel tried to charge me $10 extra for air conditioning. That wasn't cool. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. I hate it when people say age is only a number. Age is clearly a word. What do you call a pile of cats? A meowing. I'm counting it. Have you heard about these new corduroy pillows? They're making headlines. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. At least it does if you throw it hard enough. Slice of apple pie is $2.50 in Jamaica and $3 in the Bahamas. These are the pie rates of the Caribbean. Whatever. Caribbean. I don't know how it's actually pronounced. My friend was showing me his tool shed and pointed to a ladder. That's my step ladder, he said. I never knew my real ladder. That's my dog's ears. Lady, pop up here so they can see you. See, this is Lady. Say hi, Lady. Okay, don't look at me. Look at the phone. No, that's me. Did you hear about the ATM that got addicted to money? It suffered from withdrawals. I'm reading a horror story in Braille. Something bad's gonna happen. I can just feel it. Yeah, so the flapping, I mean, look at these things. They're so flappy. So when she's shaking her head, her ears just flap against it. um, which days are the strongest? Saturday and Sunday. The rest are weekdays. If an English teacher is convicted of a crime and doesn't complete the sentence, is that a fragment? Nice. I think my wife is putting glue on my antique weapons collection. She denies it, but I'm sticking to my guns. Hi, lady. Which U.S. state is famous for its extra small soft drinks? Minnesota. She said hi. She grunts. It's funny. She only barks like if there's a knock on the door or something. She never barks otherwise. But, like, she just makes these grunting noises. I got a hen to regularly count her own eggs. She's a real mathema-chicken. That's a great one. What did the ranch say when someone opened the refrigerator door? Close the door. I'm dressing. What do trees seem suspicious on sunny days? They just seem a little shady. What did the policeman say to his belly button? You're under a vest. What do you call a fake noodle? An impasta. I've been bored recently, so I've decided to take up fencing. The neighbors said they will call the police unless I put it back. Why did the math book look so sad? Because of all of its problems. I don't really call for funerals that start before... Oh, I don't really call for funerals that start before noon. I guess I'm just not a morning person. I don't really call for funerals. I don't know. I'm addicted to collecting vintage Beatles albums. I need help. What does the cell say to his sister when she steps on his toe? Oh, mitosis. I never buy pre-shredded cheese because doing it yourself is great. How do you tell the difference between a bull and a milk cow? It's either one or the other. I have a great joke about nepotism, but I'll only tell it to my kids. What do scholars eat when they're hungry? Academia nuts. Hi, lady. What do you call an ant that has been shunned by his community? A socially dissed ant. Lady. I'm sorry. A Vicks VapoRub truck overturned on the highway this morning. Amazingly, there was no congestion for 8 hours. Yeah, she is pretty cute. Lady, come here. Yeah, let's see. She's just kind of small enough for this. But here we go. So she's 45 pounds. So she's still just small enough to fit in my lap. What do scholars... Stop sniffing my mouse. What do scholars... Oh, no, I said that. What do you call an ant that has been shunned by his community? No, I said that too. Dang it. When does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. I only seem to get sick on weekdays. I must have a weekend immune system. I like that one. What do you call a Frenchman wearing sandals? Philippe Flop. That one kills me too. Alright, we're getting some good ones here. Why is it so cheap to throw a party at a haunted house? Because the ghost always brings the booze. I don't get why Marvel doesn't use the Hulk to advertise more. He's basically one big banner. What brand of underwear do scientists wear? Calvin Klein. Do you know your pupils are the last part to stop working when you die? They die late. My wife asked me the other day where I got so much candy. I said, I always have a few Twix up my sleeve. How do cows stay up to date? They read the Moose paper. I hate my job. All I do is crush cans all day. It's so depressing. Where do pirates get their hooks? Secondhand store. That's similar to the Luke one. Same punchline. Of all the inventions of the last 100 years, the dry erase board has to be the most remarkable. Oh gosh. If I ever find the doctor who screwed up my limb replacement surgery, I'll kill him with my bare hands. Hi, lady. Did you know that the first French fries weren't cooked in France? French fries weren't cooked in France. They were cooked in Greece. It's easy to convince ladies not to eat Tide Pods, but harder to deter gents. That's another great one. Alright, that's 450. So, and 50 more jokes. Marvel jokes. I think there are going to get to some Marvel jokes in here. I looked up so many different websites and just copy and pasted them. And so some of them had like... Hi, lady. um, SZA. No. Uh, I oh, 5 out of 4 people admit they're bad with fractions. I just broke up with my mathematician girlfriend. She was obsessed with an X. If prisoners could take their own mugshots, they'd be called selfies. If a pig loses its voice, does it become disgruntled? That's you're grunting right now. Do you become disgruntled? Want to hear a joke about paper? Never mind, it's terrible. A panic-stricken man explained to his doctor, "You have to help me. I think I'm shrinking." "Now settle down," the doctor calmly told him. "You'll just have to learn to be a little patient." I love that one too. What do you call a bundle of hay in a repeat? Yeah, so I used to work at a dentist's office, and I used to do that all the time with the patients. If someone was or if the doctor was running a little late, I'm just like, "Thanks for your patience, patient." you know, it's terrible. It's an awful joke, but made the day fun. A ship carrying red paint and a ship carrying blue paint collide in the middle of the ocean. Both crews were marooned. What is a guitar player's favorite Italian food? Stromboli. Oh, hey, Chris, what's up? How does cereal pay its bills? With checks. I think, Chris, I think you were in like one of the earliest videos too, right? Like that's when you joined. Well, I was like at 40 or something. It was so much easier then. I don't trust stairs. There's always up to something. So I'm at 460 jokes right now. So almost at the halfway point. This is just about twice as many as I've ever done at one time already. People in Athens really get up before sunrise. Dawn is tough on Greece. Oh, that's a great one. Oh, here you go. Here you go, Benedict. Why'd the alternate universe Spider-Man do so well on his driving test? He's an excellent parallel parker. That's great. Never date a tennis player. Love means nothing to them. What's a lawyer's favorite drink? Subpoena colada. What did Yoda say when he saw himself in 4K? HDMI. I can't do voices right now. And Yoda's is very growly. What do you call a wizard who's really bad at football? Fumbledore. Video 1. Yeah, man. So, man, 20 jokes was a cakewalk compared to this. I honestly did not think it would get to this point. I'm actually almost at 1900, I think, which is just crazy. What's blue and not very heavy? Light blue. I don't get why bakers aren't wealthier. They make so much dough. I asked my wife if I was the only one she slept with. She said yes, the others were 7s and 8s. I ordered a chicken and egg from Amazon. I'll let you know. What's an astronaut's favorite part of the computer? The space bar. So some of these are going to be repeats that you've heard. It's just, 1,000's just so many. I had to kind of recycle some jokes. I was in a job interview the other day and they asked if I could perform under pressure. I said no, but I could perform Bohemian Rhapsody. Why didn't the vampire attack Taylor Swift? She had bad blood. There's one part where it's like celebrity jokes for a good 20. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, luckily there's a lot of websites out there with lists. I just applied for a job down at the diner. I told them I really bring a lot to the table. Cop, I'm arresting you for downloading the entire Wikipedia. Me, wait, I can explain everything. Why was 19 afraid of 20? Because they had a fight in 21? This year's Fibonacci convention is going to be really special. Apparently it's as big as the last two put together. Benedict, what grade is Fibonacci sequence? That's not 6th grade, is it? Because that's a good joke. That's a good math joke. In 2017, I didn't do a marathon. I didn't do one in 2018, 2019, or 2020 either. This is a running joke. I built a model of Mount Everest, and my son asked if it was to scale. No, I said, it's to look at. What has 5 toes and isn't your foot? My foot. A century ago, 2 brothers decided it was possible to fly. And as you can see, they were right. Middle school. Okay. So, like 7th, 8th grade. So I actually, when I was 14, I actually lived in England. So it was 7th grade. I moved to England. And their school system is really different. They actually stopped mandatory school at 16. And then if you want to go to college, then you go for when you're 17 and 18, which is kind of like a pre-college school. And the reason they do that is because they offer apprenticeships. So like instead of trade schools, you just go and learn to be like an electrician by working with an electrician as an apprentice. It's awesome. I really wish we had that here because obviously like number one, you get paid for it. It's like a paid internship. Number two, you don't have to spend thousands on school. And you can just like learn on the job. Now, engineer or something, obviously, you still have to go to college for. When I die, I want to be cremated. It's my last chance to have a smoking hot body. Just say no to drugs. Well, if I'm talking to drugs, I probably already said yes. I once saw a one-handed man in a second-hand store. I told him, I don't think they have what you're looking for, sir. What did one monocle say to the other monocle? Let's get together and make a spectacle of ourselves. Your GSE or A-level? Oh, you know about England. So I lived there when I was 14 and 15, so only 2 years. My dad got a work visa, and it expired after 2 years, and so we kind of like decided. So I actually came back for high school. So my sophomore and senior year, I was back in the U.S. So no, I was very close, though. I almost graduated in England, which I don't even know how that would work in the U.S. But we were working on. So it's actually GCSE, and that's at 16 is when you're done. And then A levels is like your post-mandatory school. So that's like your pre-college stuff. So I almost got my GCSEs. I just spent $300 on a limo and learned it doesn't come with a driver. I can't believe I have nothing to show for it. What's green and has wheels? Grass. I lied about the wheels. I have a joke about trickle-down economics, but 99% of you will never get it. What's the best thing about living in Switzerland? I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. At the job interview, they asked me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I told them, I think we'll still be using mirrors in 5 years. A buddy asked how many fish I caught. I told him it's not polite to fish and tell. How many clickbait articles does it take to change a light bulb? The answer will shock you. Are you British? I guess Benedict is kind of a British name. How do you make a water bed bouncier? Add spring water. Where do dads store their dad jokes? In the database. What kind of fruit do ghosts like? Blueberries. I tried to start a professional hide-and-seek team, but it didn't work out. Turns out, good players are hard to find. Women should not have children after 36. 36 children is enough. That's one of the jokes where it's like the setup is like could make people mad, but then no, wait for the punchline. Just an Anglophile. Yeah, it's awesome. So I heard something. I don't know if this counts as a joke or not. It's more of just a statement, really. But in England, they someone who's European will never understand how large the U.S. is, and someone who's in the U.S. will never understand how old Europe is. So that's very true. Like here, a 50-year-old house is an old house. There, a 50-year-old house is a brand new house. But there, 2-hour drive is a long drive. Here, 2 hours is like I said, I live in Portland, Oregon, so 2 hours gets me from Portland to Eugene, which is Central Oregon. So it's like, yeah. So if you're big into history, it's crazy. European history is just, it's crazy. There's just so much to it. Um, did you watch Monty Python Flying Circus? Because I definitely grew up on that. I wanted my kids to watch the orchestra, but I'd turn it off. Too much sax and violins. Lady, chill out. A cop started crying while he was writing me a ticket. I asked him why, and he said, it's a moving violation. Swords will never go obsolete. They're cutting-edge technology. I asked the IT guy, how do you make a motherboard? He said, I tell her about my job. What do you call it when James Bond takes a bath? 007. Okay, that's 500 jokes halfway there. Hi, lady. Yeah, so Monty Python, I don't know which I think is funny. So the show's great, but I don't know which I like more. Life of Brian is amazing. It's so funny. But Holy Grail is just a classic. So both those I would put in my top 10 comedy movies. But number one, and this will probably be obvious if you've seen it, Airplane. I think the funniest movie I have ever seen is Airplane. It's just non-stop. It's maliciously, like, you just get bombarded with jokes. Meaning of Life is great too. Meaning of Life's more like the show, though, where it's more sketches, and that's great. Don't get me wrong, the show is great. I really love Life of Brian. I don't know why. Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna take a quick break, and then that's the first half done. 500 done. So I'll pause this, go to the bathroom, rest my voice for a second, and then I will be back. And let's do... Hey, Sam, sorry, I'm just waiting. My stream ended halfway through, so I'm just waiting to see if the people in before rejoin. Okay, well, I did 500 jokes already in the first time, so I got 500 more jokes to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started, and then hopefully they rejoin. 30% of pet owners let their pets sleep in their bed. I tried it and my goldfish died. What is the difference? Just notified. Oh, okay. Ian to Coco. Cool. What is the difference between a literalist and a kleptomaniac? A literalist takes everything literally. A kleptomaniac... Oh my gosh, let me go for that one more time. What is the difference between a literalist and a kleptomaniac? A literalist takes everything literally. A kleptomaniac takes everything literally. So, I'm already 500 jokes in. My first live stream just ended. So that's 502 jokes I've already done. I just found out Albert Einstein existed. My whole life I thought he was a theoretical physicist. Why is it a bad idea to eat a clock? Because it's time consuming. Why should you never brush your teeth with your left hand? Because a toothbrush works better. My grief counselor died the other day, but he was so good at his job I didn't even care. Give a man a plane ticket and he flies for the day. Push a man out of a plane and he flies for the rest of his life. As I get older, I remember all the people I lost along the way. I probably shouldn't be a tour guide. What do you call someone who refuses to fart in public? A private tutor. I just read that someone in London gets stabbed every 52 seconds. Poor guy. So I already have a full video on that joke. I love that joke. They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, not if it's poisoned. Then the antidote is. The guy who stole my diary just died. My thoughts are with his family. If you donate a kidney, everybody loves you and you're a total hero. But try donating 5 kidneys and suddenly everyone is yelling at you and the police get called. I have a fish that can break dance. Only for a few seconds, though, then it stops. My friend said that if he went off a cliff, it would be on his own accord. It's a good thing he drives a Civic. A doctor walks into a room with a dying patient and tells him, "I'm sorry, but you only have 10 left." The patient said, 10 what? Years? Months? The doctor says, 9, 8. What do you call bears with no ears? Bears with no ears. B. What's the difference between a wizard who raises the undead and a sexy vampire? One is a necromancer, and the other is a necromancer. When my Uncle Frank died, he wanted his remains to be buried in his favorite beer mug. His last wish was to be Frankenstein. A man walks into a bar. The bartender asks, "What do you want?" The man says, "Oh, just some fruit punch." The bartender sighs and shakes his head. "This is the wrong line. You're looking for the punchline." I just got my doctor's test results and I'm really upset. Turns out I'm not going to be a doctor. My wife left a note on the fridge that said, "This isn't working." But I don't know what she's talking about. I tried the fridge and it's working fine. When I see the name of lovers engraved on a tree, I don't find it cute or romantic. I find it weird that they bring a knife to a date. My wife gave me an ultimatum. Her or my addiction to sweets. The decision was a piece of cake. My wife told me to quit doing my terrible Arnold impression, but don't worry. I'll return. I like that one. I'm going to save that one for later. "Just look at the couple down the road," a wife told her husband. "He keeps holding her hand, kissing her, holding the door for her. Why can't you do that?" "Are you insane?" said the husband. "I don't even know her." I was sitting on the back porch with my wife when I suddenly blurted out, "I love you." "Is that you or the beer talking?" she asked me. I said, "It's me, talking to my beer." "Siri," I asked, "why am I so bad with women?" She responded, "I'm Bixby." Marriage involves 3 rings. The engagement ring, the wedding ring, and the suffering. Ooh, these aren't dad jokes, these are husband jokes. "Your wife and daughter look like twins," my friend said. "Well," I replied, "they were separated at birth." I can always tell when my wife is lying just by looking at her. I can also tell when she's standing. My wife told me that I twist everything she says to my advantage. I take that as a compliment. So these are going to be grouped together. Oh, hey, Benedict, so apparently if you go longer than 5 minutes while paused, it ends your stream. Did not know that. But I've gotten through 32 jokes, so we're at 532. My wife told me that I twist everything she says to my advantage. I take that as a compliment. My ex and I had a very amicable divorce. I know this because when I posted on Facebook, "I'm getting divorced," she was the first to like it. My wife and I have decided not to have kids. The kids are taking it pretty badly. My daughter just shrieked at me, "Dad, you haven't listened to a word I've said, have you?" What an odd way to begin a conversation. Oh, my mouse is dying. "Dad, can you explain to me what a solar eclipse is?" "No, son." What happened when the 10-year-old cannibal spilled his soup? His mother gave him an earful. I'd like to have kids one day. I don't think I could stand them any longer than that, though. I wonder what my parents did to fight boredom before the internet. I asked my 18 brothers and sisters, but they didn't know either. Oh, these are getting long. Oh, no. Today I decided to go visit my childhood home. I asked the residents if I could come inside. I was feeling nostalgic. But they refused and slammed the door in my face. My parents are the worst. A father tells his son that he was adopted. "I want to meet my biological parents," the son demands. "We are your biological parents," I told him. "Now pack up, the new ones will be picking you up soon." These are getting dark. The son tells his father, "I have an imaginary girlfriend." The father sighs and says, "You know you can do better." "Thanks, Dad," the son says. The dad said, "I was talking to your girlfriend." Yesterday I was washing the car with my son. He said, "Dad, you know a sponge works better." My dad died because he couldn't remember his blood type. He kept insisting we be positive, but it's just so hard without him. I tried to explain to my 4-year-old son that it's perfectly normal to accidentally poop your pants, but he's still making fun of me. I wasn't close to my father when he died, which is lucky because he stepped on a landmine. I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. I lost 25% of my roof last night. Oof. That's more textual. The R's gone. R.I.P. boiling water. You will be missed. Mom said I should do lunges to stay in shape. That would be a big step forward. Okay, I skipped over one. That's 551. Take a quick drink break. And then let's keep going. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like bananas. That's one of my favorites, actually. The don't know why one. That's a classic, too. 6:30 is my favorite time of day, hands down. Mom texted me from the grocery store to say they're out of pasta, and we're penniless. It's penniless? It's better reading it. Just as is a dish best served cold. If it was served warm, it would be just water. A magician was walking down the street, then he turned into a store. We're renovating the house, and the first floor is going great, but the second floor is another story. I used to be able to play piano by ear, but now I use my hands. I failed my calculus exam because I was sitting in the middle of identical twins. I couldn't differentiate between them. My boss asked me why I only get sick on work days. I said it must be my weakened immune system. Every night I have a hard time remembering something, but then it dawns on me. I can tolerate algebra, maybe even a little calculus, but geometry is where I draw the line. I was wondering why the baseball kept getting bigger and bigger. Then it hit me. My therapist told me I have problems expressing my emotions. Can't say I'm surprised. Do you see where to do multi-guest? You should do it. Well, let's see. Multi-guest. I am not good enough at this. I see a guest. Yeah, I might just keep going. Maybe for the next one I'll figure it out. I was once a personal trainer until I gave a 2-week notice. I just paid $100 for a belt that doesn't fit. What a huge waste. I finally watched that documentary on clocks. It was about time. Why is it so hard to wake up in the morning? That's because of Newton's first law. A body at rest wants to stay at rest. Light travels faster than sound. That's why some people appear brighter until you hear them speak. What did one tectonic plate say when he bumped into the other? Sorry, my fault. What is a tornado's favorite game to play? Twister. Meteorologists weigh rainbows and found out they are pretty light. 2 chemists go into a bar. The first one says, I'll think I'll have an H2O. The second one says, I'll think I'll have an H2O too. And he died. H2, what? Chemistry joke. I think we're getting into chemistry jokes here, so buckle up. What did the limestone say to the geologist? Don't take me for granted. Okay, maybe just general science jokes. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Why is the ocean so salty? Because land never waves back at it. Hang on. I don't see you in my list. Is that like an option you have to turn on? Oh, you know what? To go live, you have to have 1,000 followers, so maybe you can only join if you have 1,000 followers too. So, I don't know if you'd be able to. Say that. How to cut a C into half with a seesaw. According to chemistry, alcohol is a solution. Let me reread that one. I just got up to that one. According to chemistry, alcohol is a solution. Saving that one. That one's great. What did the stamen say to the pistol? I like your style. That one I don't get. Okay. Yeah, let's see. Because I see a plus guests. Yeah, it's a great one. I don't get the stamen and pistol one. I don't know much about flowers. I know that's plants or flowers. How can you tell if a tree is a dogwood tree? By its bark. What do you call an educated tube? A graduated cylinder. What do you call an accountant for the biology department? A biologist. What did the tree wear to the pool party? Swimming trunks. A neutron walks into a bar and asks how much for a beer. The bartender replies, for you, no charge. No matter how popular antibiotics get, they will never get viral. That's fantastic. Saving that one. What do you call it when a biologist takes a photo of herself? A selfie. What kind of tree can be placed into your hand? A palm tree. Yeah, I think you might have to have 1,000 followers to do it. So I'm not sure. I'm still new to this. Did you hear oxygen and magnesium got together? OMG. All right, I think we're almost through the science ones. Why did the cloud date the fog? Because he was so down to earth. What did the scientist say to the chemist whose lab smelled like eggs? Sorry for your sulfuring. Why are chemists excellent at solving problems? They have all the solutions. Why did the firefly get bad grades at school? Because it wasn't very bright. A dung beetle walks into a bar and says, excuse me, is this stool taken? What was the name of the first electricity detective? Sherlock Holmes. That's my dog flapping her ears. How do we know Saturn was married more than once? Because it has too many rings. Yeah, I'm a little out of it with that kind of stuff. Why were oxygen, hydrogen, and carbon wearing suits and ties? They were a formal group. Want to hear a chemistry pun? I am in my element. What should you do when no one laughs at your science jokes? Keep trying until you get a reaction. How do geologists ask each other out? They say, are you a carbon sample? Because I'd love to date you. That's fantastic. I hope you're getting these. But yeah, I will still send them to you. What type of a dog do chemists own? A lab. How did the astronauts serve dinner in outer space? On flying saucers. Biologists have just found the gene for shyness. They would have found it earlier, but it was hiding behind 2 other genes. What did the Earth say to the other planets? You guys have no life. Okay, that's 600. We are 400 away. So, short story. In high school, I was on the track team, and I was a sprinter. And Mondays were our hard workouts, and they were awful. Like, you throw up, that means you're halfway through the workout. So I learned how to break it up into segments. And so it's like, once you get to the halfway point, it's all downhill from there. So I've already passed the 500, so now it's counting down instead of counting up. Makes it so much more manageable. Alright, here we go. 601. How do you stop an astronaut's baby from crying? You rock it. How do trees surf on the internet? They log in. What's a pirate's favorite element? Argon. If you buy 1 proton and 1 electron, then you can get if you buy 1 proton and 1 electron, then you can get a proton free of charge. What did the positive charge say to the negative charge after their date? We have potential. Why do plants hate algebra? It gives them square roots. What kinds of books do planets usually like to read? Comet books. Where do astronauts leave their spaceships? At the parking meteors. Oh, meteors, as in like meters. That's alright. What is the snake's favorite subject? History. Why did Mickey Mouse go to space? To see Pluto. What type of books are the hardest to get through? Friction books. Why don't magnets have mates? Because they are polar opposites. What does blood say when it's trying to be optimistic? Be positive. What's research? Research is what you are doing when you don't know what you are doing. Ha! That's a good one. What did one ion say to another? I've got my eye on you. How much room does fungi need in order to grow? As much room as possible. Why did the germ cross the microscope? To get to the other slide. What is a chemist's favorite carnival ride? A Ferris wheel. Where did the chemist have his lunch? On a periodic table. I don't get the Ferris one. I assume that's like a measurement or something. I wasn't great in chemistry. What did the thermometer tell the graduated cylinder? You may have graduated, but I have more degrees. What is a bed that you can't sleep in? A river. That's good. How did Ben Franklin feel after discovering electricity? Shocked. Gold is the best element because it's awesome. A-U-some. Where does criminal light end up? In prism. I wanted to be an astronaut as a kid, but my parents said sky is the limit. How does the nucleus communicate with the ribosomes? With the cell phone. What do you call an acid with an attitude? Amino acid. What is a rock's favorite cereal to eat? Cocoa Pebbles. How do scientists freshen their breath? With experiments. I make horrible science puns, but only periodically. What did the helpless T cell say when facing the infection? Is there antibody out there? What element derives from a Norse god? Thorium. What can run but cannot walk? Water. It's more like a riddle. Carbon and hydrogen went on a date. I heard they really bonded. Why did the scientist take out his doorbell? He wanted to win the Nobel Prize. The proton is not speaking to the other proton. He's a mad atom. What do you call a snake that is 3.14 meters long? A python. Oh yeah, I guess that is a Marvel science joke. What did one hungry plant say to another? I could use a light snack. Why did the chemist hang up periodic table posters everywhere? It made him feel like he was in his element. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the precipitate. Oh gosh, I'm exposing my knowledge here. What do trees like to drink? Root beer. What do protons and life coaches have in common? They know how to stay positive. What do you call a clown in jail? A silicon. They call me DJ Enzyme because I'm always breaking it down. What's the difference between a dog and a marine biologist? One wags a tail and the other tags a whale. Ooh, saving that one. My sister was in school for marine biology for a bit, and she dissected a seal, and it was like bloated and disgusting and dead forever. And she tried to show me pictures, but I'm awful with that stuff. So I'm glad she never ended up going into being a marine biologist, because she's evil like that. Did you hear about the famous microbiologist who traveled to 14 different countries and learned to speak 7 languages? He was a man of many cultures. What are the primary elements of a sense of humor? Sulfur, argon, calcium, and samarium, otherwise known as sarcasm. Want to hear a joke about nitrogen oxide? NO! Why is the moon so broke? It's down to its last quarter. Why is the spinal column so audacious? Because he's got nerve. Why is the dieting advice to eat light so dangerous? That's how you become a black hole. What did the infectious disease say when the bartender refused him service? Well, you're not a very good host. Come on. No, lady. Lady, no. Come here. There you go. Oh, what is a chemist's favorite holiday song? Oh, chemistry, oh, chemistry. What did Donald Duck say in his graduate physics class? Quark, quark, quark. That's another one I don't get. Man, these are a lot of chemistry jokes. Which university did the hippopotamus go to study? Hippocampus. You get that one. That's biology. What gas never cries? Nitrogen or nitrous oxide. Laughing gas. Which fruit contains barium and double sodium? Banana. The optimist sees the glass half full. The pessimist sees the glass half empty. The chemist sees the glass completely full, half in the liquid state and half in the vapor state. The last words of a chemist. And now for the taste test. Why did the acid go to the gym? To become a buffer solution. Why did carbon marry hydrogen? They bonded well from the minute they met. Okay, that is, well, 2/3 of the way there. Let me do one more, just because I know some people won't like that number. What do you call a joke that is based on cobalt, radon, and yttrium? Yttrium? Corny. Okay, 667. 2/3 of the way there. Oh my. Oh, language degree. That makes a lot of sense. Dissected a shark's brain as well as humans. To each their own. So, I do know some people who are like into, I don't know any coroners, but I do know people who were trying to become them. And it's like, good for you. Good for you. If H2O is the formula for water, then what is the formula for ice? H2O cubed. This is like 100 science jokes. All mushrooms are edible. Some are only edible once. Why didn't the sun go to graduate school? Because they already had 1,000,000 degrees. 2 blood cells met and fell in love. Alas, it was all in vain. What did 1 decimal say to the number? Did you get my point? Oh, yeah. Almost there. Like 75 away. Why is electricity the perfect student? It conducts itself so well. Why do quantum physicists make bad pictures? Because when they find the position, they can't find the momentum, and when they have the momentum, they can't find the position. Don't know quantum physics enough for that. What is a nuclear physicist's favorite food? Fish and chips. Fish and chips. Chemists are totally wild. Some drop acid and others drop the base. I'm fascinated by water's gas form. It mystifies me. A biologist and a physicist got married but got divorced soon after. There was just no chemistry. Man, I'm gonna see how many more of these science jokes are there. Good Lord. Let me see if I can skip past some of these, go to a different subject, and hopefully still have enough jokes. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'll finish on this one. Who is shorter than a biologist? A microbiologist. There we go. That's a good one to end on. Do you want to hear 2 short jokes and a long joke? Joke! Classic here. What do you call cheese that isn't yours? Nacho cheese. Why can't you send a duck to space? Because the bill would be astronomical. What side of a tree grows the most branches? The outside. What happened when the world's tongue twister champion got arrested? They gave him a tough sentence. Why do you call a fish with no eye a fish? Why are elevator jokes so good? They work on multiple levels. What state is known for its tiny... Why did the computer get mad at the printer? Because it didn't like its tone or voice. I don't know how I remember the jokes I did when they're like 300-400 apart. I just do. No idea. What's the best way to watch a fishing tournament? Live stream it. Why did the broom decide to go to bed? It was very sweepy. I'm going to close my door here. I don't know if you hear lady. She is wilding out. Why are nurses always running out of red crayons? Because they often have to draw blood. Did you hear about the square that got into a car accident? Yeah, now he's a rectangle. Why can't you ever run through a campsite? You can only ran. It's always past tense. Ooh, there we go. Why is it hard to understand volunteers? Because they make no sense. What's the easiest way to burn 1,000 calories? Leave the pizza in an oven. What do you call a hippie's wife? Mrs. Hippie. What did the drummer call his twin daughters? Anna 1, Anna 2. I like that one. Always loved the drum. I play bass, but always loved the drum. If drums were cheaper and easier and less loud, I would have been a drummer. Did you hear about the king who was exactly 12 inches tall? He was a great ruler. What's the difference between a hippo and a zippo? One is very heavy, the other is a little lighter. How do you cure a fear of a speed bump? You slowly get over it. What's the difference between a dad joke and a bad joke? The direction of the first letter. Okay, that's 700. Oh, so as a language professor, like as in English class, like grammar, or like different languages, or like studying languages? Because my brother is an English teacher, but he actually lives in Latvia, but it's not the language. Sign language. Oh, nice. So he's the grammar English teacher, because in Latvia, like anyone under 30 speaks English there. So he doesn't have to know Latvian, luckily. But that's awesome. Oh, bye. Thanks for being here. Okay, 700. 300 to go. I have a joke about cows, but don't want to milk it. I have a joke about kites, but it would just sail over your head. I have a joke about being an electrician, but it's too shocking. I have a joke about hunting for fossils, but you probably wouldn't dig it. I have a joke about a broken pencil, but it's pointless. I have a joke about the flu, but I hope you don't get it. I have a joke about statistics, but it's not significant. I have a joke about pizza, but it's too cheesy. I have a joke about immortality, and it never gets old. I have a joke about drilling, but it's boring. I have a joke about being a rejected organ donor, but I just don't have the guts. I have a joke about a broken clock, but it's not the right time. I have a joke about a roof, but just go over your head. I have a joke about inferiority complexes, but it's not very good. I like that one. Keeping that one. I have a joke about procrastination, but I'll tell it to you later. Also like that one. What type of coordination was Whitney Houston most famous for? Hand-eye. Oh, man. People are surprised that I have a police record, but I love every little thing she does is magic. My daughter asked me to stop singing Wonderwall. I said maybe. Okay, so we're into music jokes here. I had a joke about Nirvana, but never mind. To the person who stole my glasses, I will find you. I have contacts. To the person who stole my limbo stick, that was a new low. To the person who stole my dictionary, I have no words. To the person who stole my bed, I won't rest until I find you. To the person who stole my case of energy drinks, I hope you can't sleep at night. To the person who stole my power steering, I just can't handle it. What did the duck say after he finished dinner? Put it on my bill. What do you call a snail on a ship? A snailer. What kind of lion doesn't roar? A dandelion. Why was 6 afraid of 7? Because 7 ate 9. How much does a pirate pay to get his ears pierced? A buccaneer. What did the apple say to the kangaroo? Nothing, apples can't talk. What awards do dentists receive? Blacks. Who keeps the ocean floor clean? Mermaids. Why are circles bad at telling stories? Because they are pointless. What has hands but can't clap? A clock. Why did the computer go to the doctor? It had a virus. Why don't dogs like walking in the rain? They are afraid of poodles. Why did the cookie go to the hospital? He felt crummy. Why are pirates bad at singing the alphabet song? They get stuck at sea. What animal is always at a baseball game? A bat. Where do pencils come from? Pennsylvania. Why was the broom late for school? It overswept. I think I already said that one. Still counting it. Why are ghosts bad liars? You can see right through them. Where do walls meet after work? The corner. Where's the best place to learn to make a banana split? Sunday school. Why did the family sell their vacuum cleaner? It was collecting dust. How did the cell phone ask his girlfriend to marry him? He gave her a ring. Why can't Monday lift Saturday? It's a weekday. How do you keep a bagel from running away? Put locks on it. What is a witch's favorite subject in school? Spelling. Okay, now we're at 75%. That's 750 jokes. Yep, didn't take the cap off. 250 to go. The throat is hanging up, holding on. Barely. The mind is holding on. But I might be messing up jokes from this point on. I'm going to try and keep them simple, because there's going to be words that I can't say. A lot of words being said. A lot of different words. Okay, let's just power through it. 250 to go. Why did the man run around the bed? He was trying to catch up on his sleep. Which state has the most streets? Rhode Island. Thanks, I appreciate that. Why are oranges so slow? They always run out of juice. Where do math teachers love to take vacation? Times Square. Why didn't the lady trust the stairs? She thought they were up to something. Where do polar bears store their money? The snowbank. Why didn't the man iron his four-leaf cloth? I already said that one. Why don't pirates take a bath? They prefer to wash up on shore. Why should you never play hide-and-seek with a leopard? They are always spotted. How do you tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? One you will see later, the other after a while. Why couldn't the hamburger go into the bar? It didn't serve food. What type of tree can fit in... what did the light bulb say to his girlfriend? I love you a lot. Which vegetable does a pirate never eat? Leeks. How did the puppies get across the lake? Doggy paddle. What is a lazy person's favorite shoes to wear? Loafers. Why do melons have weddings? Because they cantaloupe. Already said that one. Still counting it. Why do dads tell such corny jokes? They want you to grown up. That's alright. It's clever, but I think you could probably say it different. What animal should you never trust to tell the truth? A lion. What do you call someone with no body and no nose? Nobody knows. I kind of ruined it there. Who was the biggest knight at King Arthur's Round Table? Circumference. How many apples grow on trees? All of them. I said that one. Where's a fruit's favorite place to go on vacation? Paris. Which part of the body can you always count on? Your fingers. Which food tells the... What's a knight's favorite dish? Swordfish. How do you stop a bull from charging? Take away its credit card. I like that one. What music do chiropractors listen to? Hip-hop. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Because then it would be a foot. What beans can you plant but never grow? Jelly beans. What instrument can you find in the bathroom? A tube of toothpaste. What falls in winter but never gets hurt? Snow. Why did the kids cross the playground? To get to the other slides. Whew, why didn't the teddy bear come down for dinner? He was already stuffed. Why did the student eat his homework? The teacher said it was a piece of cake. What should you do if you meet a giant? Use big words. Fingers or toes? I don't even know. I'm sure you're referencing something I said like a minute or two ago. It's already gone. What should you do if you... what do you call a cow with 2 legs? Lean beef. What sits on the seabed and has anxiety? A nervous wreck. What do you call a man wearing a rug on his head? Matt. What's the best air to breathe if you want to be rich? Millionaire. Why did the girl toss a clock out the window? She wanted to see time fly. Where do armies belong? Oh, where do your armies belong? In your sleeveys. I like that one better. This is a different setup, but there's a version I like better. What did one plate say to another plate? Tonight, dinner's on me. Did you hear about the king that went to the dentist? He needed to get crowns. So there's a couple dental jokes that I would tell that I got so sick of. Tooth hurty. What time's the best time to go to the dentist? Tooth hurty. I got so sick of that joke. It's told it so many times. Dive, game. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, trust me. I embraced the madness. What happens when doctors get frustrated? They lose their patience. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. My roommate's actually a denturist, so that's one I told her. What invention allows us to see through walls? Windows. What's orange and sounds like a parrot? Carrot. I think I did that one already. Why do nurses like... Oh, did that one. Why can't the... Did that one. How do celebrities keep cool? They have many fans. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies. Why did the boy bring a ladder on the bus? He wanted to go to high school. How did the barber win the race? He knew a shortcut. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. All right, that's 800. 200 to go. So if you're wondering if I still find these funny or not, some of them I've already heard. Some of them, the new ones that I tell, some catch me off guard. But for the most part, I'm kind of getting to the point where I can just predict these jokes. So let's power through. Let's get to 900 and then take a little mental break. So next 100, power through. I might not even start at 50. How did the barber... Oh, said that. Why shouldn't you trust trees? They seem shady. How do you fix a broken tomato? With tomato paste. Yeah, okay. It's all right. Why did the orange stop halfway across the road? It ran out of juice. Why did the Oreo go to the dentist? It lost its filling. How do you get an astronaut's baby to stop crying? You rock it. Have her... Yeah, there are some of these that are repeats. 1,000's just so many, and I didn't have time to, edit all of them, so I just copy and pasted it, and I'm kind of, thinking about it as I'm going and trying to catch ones I've already said. But from separate videos, there are about maybe 700 of these are new, but 300 are from different videos. What do dogs and phones have in common? Both have caller ID. Why don't they play poker in the jungle? Too many cheetahs. What sounds like a sneeze and is made of leather? A shoe. Oh, a shoe. There we go. Did you hear the one about the claustrophobic astronaut? He just needed a little space. What kind of music should you listen to while fishing? Something catchy. What do you call a girl in the middle of a tennis court? A net. That's a good one. What did one wall... Nope. Why did the nose feel sad? It was always getting picked on. Did you hear about the cold dinner? It was chilly. Why did the deer go to the dentist? It had buck teeth. Why can't you trust a balloon? It's full of hot air. Not sure if you have noticed, but I love bad puns. That's just how I roll. It's always, honestly, sometimes laughs are great, but also groans are just as great. Shelby! Oh my gosh! Hi! I just saw your name. What's up, Shelby? Hey, yeah, you're right. Where does a sheep go to get a haircut? The Baba shop. What did the mama cow say to the baby cow? It's past your bedtime. Why should you never use a dull pencil? Because it's pointless. Yeah, what was that? 6 years? 5 years? 6 years? I don't even remember. Where did the cat go after losing its tail? The retail store. Why don't eggs tell jokes? They'd crack each other up. What kind of sandals do frogs wear? Open-toed. What do you call a herd of sheep falling down a hill? A landslide. What do you call a potato wearing glasses? A spectator. What do you call a moose with no name? A non-a-moose. Why did the ram run over the cliff? He didn't see the U-turn. Why did the picture go to jail? He was framed. What is a calendar's favorite food? Dates. Why do bananas wear sunscreen? Because they peel. Why did the watch go on vacation? To unwind. Shelby, you have seen me lose my mind too then, so this will be familiar. Why did the computer get glasses? To improve its website. What did the blanket say to the bed? I've got you covered. What did the roof say to the shingle? The first one's on the house. What do you call birds that stick together? Velcros. Why did the duck fall on the sidewalk? He tripped on a quack. How do birds learn to fly? They wing it. Did you hear about the walnut and cashew that threw a party? It was nuts. Did you hear about the ice cream truck accident? It crashed on a rocky road. What did one elevator say to the other elevator? I think I'm coming down with something. Oh wait, hold up. I just hit restart, but I know I was on 839. Oh god. Okay. um, what did the hamburger name its baby? Patty. Why did the phone wear glasses? Because it lost all its contacts. What do you call a priest that becomes a lawyer? A father-in-law. What do you give a scientist with bad breath? Experiments. What did Benjamin Franklin say when he discovered electricity? Nothing. He was too shocked. What do you call a medieval lamp? A nightlight. What did one hat say to the other? You go on ahead. Why do dragons sleep during the day? Because they like to fight nights. To fight nights. Yeah. Why did the scarecrow win in a war? No. Why did the baseball player get arrested? He stole third base. What did one piece of tape say to the other? Let's stick together. Okay, that is 850. I lied. I'm going to take a short break. Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, there have been some videos. I don't know if you saw it where I told stories from. I don't know if they were when you were there or if they were. So I worked at the office where we worked together for 3 years, 3.5 years. I don't know. So I have quite a few stories from that time. Ugh. There was a sharp turn that I just took. I don't know. Oh, thanks, Benedict. I appreciate that. Um, okay, 150 to go. 850 jokes. This is insane. 150 to go. Here we go. How do you fix a broken pumpkin? I'm gonna let you simmer on that one. With a pumpkin patch. Where do boats go when they're sick? To the dock. So that one, yeah. Oh, we're getting to some repeats here. What's a scarecrow's favorite fruit? Strawberries. Where do burgers go dancing? At the meatball. What time do ducks wake up? At the quack quack of dawn. Why was the broom late? Repeats. I thought I caught a lot of them, but maybe not enough. Where do books hide when they're afraid? Under their covers. How do trees get on the internet? They log in. Pretty sure I said that one too. What does a painter do when he gets cold? Puts on another coat. What did the calculator say to the pencil? You can count on me. What has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck. That's a good joke, actually. I'll probably laugh at that one later. What do you call 2 ducks and a cow? Quackers and milk. Yeah, I'm out of dental too. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. That was Linz. Oh, nice. Um, what do cows like to read? Catalogs. How did the farmer fix his torn overalls with the Cabbage Patch? What kind of cereal do leprechauns eat? Lucky Charms. What do you call recently married spiders? Newlywebs. Where do crayons go on vacation? Colorado. Hey, there you go, Benedict. That's one for you. Let me repeat it because I said it so fast. Where do crayons go on vacation? Color Auto. I messed up the punchline too. Hospital billing now. No, we're for private. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason I never went management. Ugh, no. Not doing that. Papa Bear. Yeah, there you go. There's a Colorado one for you too. What do you get when you cross a Smurf and a cow? Blue cheese. What happens when ice cream gets angry? It has a meltdown. What do you call a locomotive carrying bubblegum? A choo-choo train. How do you get a mouse to smile? Say cheese. Why did the snowman buy a bag of carrots? He wanted to pick his nose. Okay, that's a great one. Hold on. That took me a minute. Why did the snowman buy a bag of carrots? He wanted to pick his nose. Fantastic. How do you know when a bike is thinking? You can see its wheels turning. What does a librarian use to go fishing? A bookworm. There's another one for the librarian. What did one leaf say to the other? I'm falling for you. Where's the one place you should never take your dog? A flea market. Why did the tailor get fired? He wasn't a good fit. Where do elephants store luggage? In a trunk. Why did the poodle buy a clock? It wanted to be a watchdog. Okay, this is a good one. Dogs can't operate MRI machines, but cats can. Shelby, there's one for the hospital. If you see a robbery at an Apple store, does that make you an eyewitness? I had a date last night. It was perfect. Tomorrow I'll have a grape. Why did Waldo go to therapy? To find himself. Here we go. Okay. I have an inferiority complex, but it's not a very good one. Why did the thief take a shower before robbing the bank? He wanted to make a clean getaway. What do lawyers wear to work? Lawsuits. Why was the traffic light late to work? It took too long to change. Why do hamburgers go south for the winter? So they don't freeze their buns. Why didn't the sun go to college? It already had 1,000,000 degrees. What do you call someone who can't stick to a diet? A deserter. Why did the little strawberry cry? His mom was in a jam. Why couldn't the toilet paper cross the road? It got stuck in a crack. Why did the whale blush? It saw the ocean's bottom. Getting paid to sleep would be my dream job. I went to buy a pair of camouflage pants, but I couldn't find any. Good joke. 100 to go. 100 to go. 900 jokes in. Let me make one more. I haven't talked to my wife in a week. I didn't want to interrupt her. We're in double digits. Double digits. Whew, here we go. Why are pigs bad drivers? They hog the road. Why did police arrest the turkey? They suspected foul play. How do frogs invest their money? They use a stockbroker. What do you call a werewolf who doesn't know they're a werewolf? An unaware-wolf. Ooh, fantastic. Some of them is like, I don't know if I can laugh right now, to be honest. Some of them are just so clever that I love them. So even if I don't, laugh hard, it's like, that's just such a great joke. I am terrified of elevators. I'm going to take steps to avoid them. Don't be worried about your smartphone and television collecting your data. Your vacuum has been gathering dirt on you for years now. Great one. 2 slices of bread got married. The wedding was amazing until someone decided to toast the bride and groom. Ooh, good. Good joke. What has 2 butts and kills people? An assassin. Okay, these are killer. I wish I put a link for what website each of these are from. What did the horse say after it tripped? Help, I've fallen and I can't giddy up. I bought some shoes from a drug dealer. I don't know what he laced them with, but I was tripping all day. Why do chicken coops only have 2 doors? Because if they had 4, they would be chicken sedans. Did you hear the news? FedEx and UPS are merging. They're going to go by the name Fed Up from now on. What is Beethoven's favorite fruit? A banana. Okay, I lied. I can still laugh. It would be insane if I claimed all these jokes as my own. In fact, I haven't written a joke. I make jokes all the time that are original, but they're just, in conversations, but they're probably not original. If you think, there's 7 billion, 8 billion people in the world? Someone, somewhere, has probably made a joke that you just thought of. There's no way to make an original joke. Here we go. Okay. What do you get when you cross an elephant with a rhino? Elephino. Super salad. I don't want a super salad. I want a regular salad. That's a classic. Did you see they made round bales of hay illegal in Wisconsin? It's because the cows weren't getting a square meal. I was interrogated over the theft of a cheese toastie. Man, they really grilled me. What do you get when you cross a snowman with a vampire? Frostbite. What do you call a lonely cheese? Provolone. What does a zombie vegetarian eat? Grains. I think I heard that in middle school for the first time. Where did the college-aged vampire like to shop? Forever 21. Fantastic. You heard of that new band, 1,023 Megabytes? They're good, but they haven't gotten a gig yet. How did the pirate get his ship for so cheap? It was on sale. Today my son asked me, can I have a bookmark? I burst into tears. He's 12 years old and still doesn't know my name. Still a good joke. Classic. What comes on once in a minute? Twice in a minute, but never in 1,000 years. The letter M. I didn't realize where the punchline was in that one. What did the T-Rex use to cut wood? A dino saw. I got fired from my job as a taxi driver. Turns out nobody thought I was fair. What do you call a snake that loves building houses? A boa constrictor. Where do fish keep their money? In a riverbank. Why did the man put his money in the freezer? He wanted cold, hard cash. When does it rain money? When there is a change in the weather. Change in the weather. Change. That's money. There we go. What do a tick and the Eiffel Tower have in common? They're both parasites. Why did the man get fired from the banana factory? He kept throwing away the bent ones. What did the janitor... oh, okay. What did the... Oh. Oh, your mom. And my brain. Done. What did the janitor... Nope. Well, it has 5 toes and isn't your... No. What did the cannibal choose at his last meal? 5 Guys. I bought the world's worst thesaurus yesterday. Not only... Okay, hold on. Let me reread this one. This is great. I bought the world's worst thesaurus yesterday. Not only is it terrible, it's terrible. Oh, fantastic. Highlight that one for later. Can a kangaroo jump higher than the Empire State Building? Of course, buildings can't jump. I saw a 1,000-year-old oil stain. It was from ancient Greece. My extra winter weight is finally gone. Now I have spring rolls. Did you hear about the chameleon who couldn't change color? He had a reptile dysfunction. Oh, did that one. What's that Nevada city where all the dentists visit? Floss Vegas. Oh, I haven't heard that one before. That would have been a good dentist one. The shovel was a groundbreaking invention. Dad, can you put the cat out? I didn't know it was on fire. How do you make holy water? You boil the hell out of it. The rotation of Earth really makes my day. A furniture store keeps calling me. All I wanted was a one-night stand. Good one. My friend keeps saying, cheer up, man, it could be worse. You could be stuck underground in a hole full of water. I know he means well. I just watched a program about beavers. It was the best damn program I've ever seen. Why did the coffee... I don't know if you can say that in your class, but it's DAM. I mean, it's... You know? Why did the coffee file a police report? It got mugged. 950. 50 more to go. Oh, these okay. Highly recommend. I still got the one I put in. Killing it. My throat is a little sore, but totally fine. My brain feels like it's underwater or like there's cement surrounding my head right now. What did the fried rice say to the shrimp? Don't walk away from me. Why did... what do you call a man who can't stand? Kneel. Yeah, they're awesome. I'm thinking about removing my spine. I feel like it's only holding me back. That's a good one. Highlight that one. My wife and I let astrology get between us. It tore us apart. My wife said I bought her one more stupid gift, she would burn it, so I bought her a candle. My wife wants me to blow air on her whenever she overheats, but honestly, I'm not a fan. I told my wife that a husband is like a fine wine, we just get better with age. Next day, she locked me in a cellar. I once dated a condemned witch. There was a lot at stake in the relationship, but now she's just an old flame. Stop looking for the perfect match. Use a lighter. It takes guts to be an organ donor. Guy walks into a bar. He says, ouch, classic. Where do you find a cow with no legs? Wherever you left him. Her. You left her. It said cow. What do you call 2 octopuses that look the same? Identical. What did one hat say to the other? Stay here. I'm going on ahead. Classic. Why do plants hate math? It gives them square roots. Said that one already. I'm an expert at picking leaves and heating them in water. It's my specialty. Sore throats are a pain in the neck. I'm feeling that one. My neighbor claims his dog can bring a ball back from half a mile away. That seems far-fetched to me. My printer's name is Bob Marley because it's always jammin'. Nice. What would the Terminator be called in his retirement? The Exterminator. How do you make the number 1 disappear? You add G and it's gone. What do you call an angry carrot? A steamed veggie. Why do pregnant cows have so much energy? They're heavily caffeinated. How did the barber win the race? He knew a shortcut. Think I said that one. What is the fastest growing city in the world? Capital of Ireland. It's Dublin every day. What's the difference between a dad joke and a bad joke? The direction. I said that one. Why didn't they play poker in the jungle? Too many cheats. Said that one. Why don't you buy things with Velcro? It's a ripoff. When is a door not a door when it's a jar? When I moved into my igloo, my friends threw me a housewarming party. Now I'm homeless. My grandmother is 80% Irish. People call her Iris. I've lost a lot of weight just by wearing bread on my head. It's a new low-fat diet. Let me say that one again. I've lost a lot of weight just by wearing bread on my head. It's a new low-fat diet. Great. The inventor of Velcro died. R.I.P. What did the judge say when visiting the dentist? Do you swear to pull the tooth, the whole tooth, and nothing but the tooth? Another great one that would have been good to know. How do vampires start letters? Tomb who it may concern, with a B on tomb. Why don't eggs tell jokes? They said that. Why can't your ear... When did the artist only take showers? When they couldn't draw a bath. What do houses wear? An address. What kind of... how do you define a farmer? Someone who is good in their field. Why was... what do you call a criminal landing an airplane? Condescending. Good. I accidentally rubbed ketchup in my eyes and now have hindsight. What happens to Jason Momoa? Once he dies, he's Jason No Moa. I'll never tell my accountant a joke again, he just appreciates them. That's not true for me. Thinking of storing my ashes in a glass urn, it remains to be seen. 3 conspiracy theorists walk into a bar, don't tell me that's not a coincidence. I caught up to that one on the tail end. I'm going to say that one again. 3 conspiracy theorists walk into a bar. Don't tell me that's a coincidence. Saving that one. Some guy tried to sell me illegal bees to make honey. I said no because I knew it was a sting operation. A sweater I bought was picking up static electricity, so I returned it to the store. They gave me another one free of charge. What's the least spoken language in the world? Sign language. Hey, there you go. Least spoken language in the world. Sign language. My psychiatrist says I have an unhealthy obsession with revenge. We'll see about that. It's another great one. Man, they're ending with great ones. I hate this. What do you call Batman when he's hurt? Bruised Wayne. Why did the spoon come to the party dressed as a knife? The invitation said to look sharp. What do you call a duck that's addicted? A quackhead. How does a squid go into battle well armed? I accidentally played dad instead of dead when a bear approached me in the woods. Now it can change a tire. That's another great one. Oh my gosh, I might do some videos just on those jokes. Okay, this is the last one. This is 999. We got one more. Let me find a great one to see. Come on, give me a good one. Oh, here we go. Okay, this is a good one. My teachers told me I never amount to much since I procrastinate so much. I told them, just you wait. It's 1,000. 1,000 jokes. Oh my gosh. You're welcome. 1,000 jokes. Ugh. Man. Maybe it's because I've done so many videos of just a lot of jokes that I was able to get through it. I don't know. My brain feels like mush, though. Oh my gosh. 1,000 jokes. Okay. So I'm going to post these on YouTube, my YouTube channel. Whew, yeah. Hey, the last one's a procrastination one. I'm going to post these on YouTube probably tomorrow because I'm not doing anything else for the rest of today. So you can just watch those if you want to just get... Thanks, Sam. Appreciate that. If you want to just randomly find jokes. I will probably for the next week, just to give my brain a rest, just cut up and do compilation videos of maybe 10 of some of my favorite jokes and then maybe 10 of like the worst jokes on here as I'm editing it. But thank you so much. Benedict, appreciate you. I will send you the link for this Google Doc I got so you can access this. I got to page 114 of 118. Oh my gosh. So I almost got into the realtor. Oh my gosh. I was like 10 jokes away from the realtor jokes, and that probably would have killed everything. So yeah, anyways, I'll send that. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate it. I'm going to go take a nap. All right. Whew.